National Independence Day is a national day in Poland celebrated on the 11th of November to commemorate the anniversary of the restoration of Poland's sovereignty as the Second Polish Republic in 1918. After 123 years of partition by the Russian Empire, the Kingdom of Prussia and the Habsburg Empire, it is a non-working day in Poland. Significance of the date. The restoration of Poland's independence was gradual. The 11th of November date chosen is the one on which Józef Pilsudski assumed control of Poland. The holiday was constituted in 1937 and was celebrated only twice before World War II. After the war, the communist authorities of the People's Republic removed Independence Day from the calendar, though reclamation of independence continued to be celebrated informally on the 11th of November. The holiday was officially replaced by the National Day of Poland's revival as Poland's National Day, celebrated on the 22nd of July, anniversary of the Communist PKWN Manifesto under Joseph Stalin. As Poland emerged from Soviet-influenced communism in 1989, the original holiday, on its original the 11th of November date, was restored. The date corresponds to the date of other countries' Remembrance Day, Armistice Day, or Veterans Day. All of these holidays and Polish Independence Day are indirectly related because they all emerged from the circumstances at the end of World War I. In other countries, holidays were established in the spirit of grief and horror at the enormous human cost of the war, and they mark the sacrifices of those who fought. For Poland, however, the tragedy of the war was tempered by what had been accomplished at its end, the restoration of a sovereign Polish state that had been lost entirely in the partitions of Poland. After 123 years of struggle, the Polish holiday is therefore simultaneously a celebration of the re-emergence of a Polish state and a commemoration of those who fought for it. Historical meaning. Crucial to restoring independence was the defeat in the war of all three of the occupying powers. Russia was plunged into the confusion of revolution and civil war. Austria-Hungary disintegrated and went into decline, and the German Reich bowed to pressure from the forces of the Entente. For Poles, this was a unique opportunity to reclaim their independence. Following the defeat of the occupying forces, the Poles seized military and civil power, building the foundations of the future state. On October 28, 1918, the Polish Liquidation Commission was formed in Kraków. The commission seized power from the Austrians in Galicia and in Silesia. A few days later they succeeded in disarming the Austrian forces using members of the secret Polish military organization as well as legionnaires and young people. On the nights of 6th and 7th of November, the Provisional Government of the People's Republic of Poland was formed in Lublin under the supervision of Ignacy Daszyński. The government was made up of representatives from the Polish Socialist Party, the Polish Social Democratic Party and the Polish People's Party (Wyzwolenie). At the same time, the government troops disarmed the occupying forces in Lubelszczyzna and Kielecczyzna. It was at this point that the country's future head of state, Józef Pilsudski, returned to Poland after incarceration by the Germans. His 10th of November arrival in Warsaw was enthusiastically met by the population of the capital and saw the mass disarmament of the occupying forces. Across the whole of Poland, Pilsudski assumed authority on the 11th of November, forming a new centralized government and soon calling parliamentary elections. Notable dates in history: the 5th of November 1916 Act of November 5th was released in order to create the Regency Kingdom of Poland. The 14th of January 1917 Provisional Council of State had started its activity. The 12th of November 1917 Regency Council took over the head of state duties. The 7th of October 1918 Regency Council announced Poland's independence. The 23rd of October 1918 government with the Prime Minister Józef Wyszynski was established, without approval by the German authorities. The 1st of November, branches of the Polish military organization began disarming German and Austrian soldiers. 7th November 1918 in Lublin, Ignacy Daszyński established a provisional government of the People's Republic of Poland. The 10th of November 1918 Józef Pilsudski came to Warsaw, previously released from prison in Magdeburg. The 11th of November 1918 Pilsudski was appointed Commander-in-Chief by the Regency Council and was entrusted with creating a national government for the restored Polish state. The 16th of November, Józef Pilsudski signed a telegram notifying the creation of an independent Polish state. The telegram was sent by radio to the leaders of the superpowers and to all of the warring and neutral governments 3 days later with the use of equipment from the Warsaw citadel, just after exiting the German troops. The 17th of November, after the resignations of Ignacy Daszyński, Józef Pilsudski appointed Jędrzej Moraczewski as the Prime Minister. Most recent controversies. Starting in 2008 on the 11th of November in Warsaw, selected nationalist organizations participated in a March of Independence launched by the far-right, National Radical Camp and all Polish youth, leading to notable violent incidents and arrests. During the 2012 clashes between extremists and the police, 176 rioters were detained and 22 police officers wounded. In 2013, a group of 72 far-right hooligans were detained and 12 police officers taken to hospital. Damages to private and public property by the masked youth was estimated at 120,000 zlotys. Significant act of vandalism included the burning of the LGBT Texas rainbow arch at a Warsaw Square. Others took place near the Russian embassy. The unofficial march was declared illegal by the authorities and the city. As of April 2014, administrative courts continue to analyze evidence. However, the desire for street celebrations has already been expressed by the public. In 2011, over 20,000 people took place in a daytime march in different cities, preceding the nighttime clashes in Warsaw. In response, the President of Poland, Bronisław Komorowski, proposed in 2011 that he will lead the new official independence march in 2012. His offer was backed by the ruling PO and PSL coalition, but opposed by the nationalists. As of 2012, there is a popular and all-inclusive march taking place in Warsaw led by the president under the name Razem dla Niepodległej. It is considered a continuation of the official ceremonies of the anniversary, and accompanied by patriotic displays and songs. The number of participants in the 2012 presidential march was estimated at 10,000. Meanwhile, the violent incidents were heavily covered in the Polish media, with commentators criticizing the lack of leadership on the part of the government in the face of the extremity of the far-right rhetoric. The media coverage is seen as selective and unduly focused on riots instead of the presidential march, which is in no way connected with them. Historical bibliography. Henryk Zielinski, The Collapse of Occupiers' Authority on Polish Territories and the First Attempts to Create the Polish Authority Centers. History of Poland 1918 to 1939. Warsaw, Polish Scientific Publishers Pone. ISBN 8301-03866-7.